step into a tribute like no other, where we honor the wrestling legends whose impact still echoes through the sport. Their passion and dedication shape generations, leaving behind unforgettable legacies. We also bring you heartfelt updates on Cody Rhodes, whose recent news has deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we celebrate their stories, cherish their influence, and ensure their memories live on. Subscribe now to be part of this lasting tribute to wrestling's greatest icons. Ashley Massaro, born on May 26, 1979 in East Meadow, New York, was a multi-talented individual whose impact on the wrestling world transcended her athleticism. As a model, television personality, and professional wrestler, Massaro's vibrant presence and undeniable charisma made her a beloved figure in WWE. Prior to her wrestling career, she achieved significant success in modeling, gracing the covers of numerous magazines and building a name for herself in the fashion industry. However, it was in the world of professional wrestling that Massaro truly made her mark. In 2004, Massaro entered the WWE Diva Search, a televised competition designed to uncover new female talent for the company. Her infectious personality, beauty, and enthusiasm resonated with both the audience and WWE executives, earning her a contract with the company. Massaro debuted in WWE in 2005, quickly becoming a fan favorite with her energetic performances, playful persona, and significant contributions to the women's division. She found herself entangled in various high-profile storylines, feuds, and title opportunities, including her participation in the WWE Women's Championship scene. Her connection with fans was palpable, making her a memorable part of WWE's golden era for women's wrestling. Massaro's time with WWE came to an end in 2008, but her journey did not stop there. She continued to pursue modeling, acting, and philanthropic ventures, but her life was complicated by personal struggles, including mental health challenges. Sadly, on May 16, 2019, at the age of 39, Massaro tragically. The cause of was ruled an accidental overdose, which added to the heartbreak for those who admired her. While her life was cut short, Massaro's legacy in wrestling remains a testament to her talent, spirit, and enduring impact on the industry. Sweet Sapphire, born Frances McDaniels in 1934, was a notable figure in professional wrestling. Best remembered for her role as the manager and valet for the legendary Cody Rhodes. Known for her vibrant personality and strong presence, Sapphire made a significant impact in the wrestling world. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, she became a beloved character, frequently accompanying Rhodes to the ring and adding to his already charismatic persona with her larger-than-life presence. Sapphire's character, marked by colorful outfits, lively dance moves, and an infectious energy, quickly endeared her to fans. Her dynamic personality complemented Rhodes' American Dream persona, making them a memorable duo in wrestling history. Sapphire's contributions went beyond simply being a manager. She was a skilled performer who could engage with audiences, bridging the gap between wrestlers and their fans. She participated in various storylines and feuds, and her involvement in Rhodes' storylines helped solidify both of their legacies. While her career was primarily focused on her managerial role, Sapphire's ability to adapt to the changing landscape of professional wrestling, particularly during the rise of more scripted content, showcased her resilience and versatility. She remained a cherished figure in the industry, even after her active wrestling career had ended, making occasional appearances and maintaining strong ties with fans. Sweet Sapphire, at the age of 62 due to complications from cancer. Her marked the end of an era for many fans who remembered her fondly as an integral part of wrestling's golden years. Sapphire's legacy as a trailblazer for women in wrestling endures, as she remains a beloved figure who played a key role in the sport's development. Rocky Johnson, born Wade Douglas Bowles on August 24, 1944, in Amherst, Nova Scotia, Canada, is remembered as a trailblazer in the world of professional wrestling. A charismatic powerhouse, he broke barriers as one of the first black superstars to achieve widespread recognition in a sport historically dominated by white athletes. Johnson's combination of athleticism, power, and captivating personality made him an unforgettable figure in the wrestling landscape. His remarkable in-ring abilities and dynamic persona earned him a special place in wrestling history. not only for his talent, but for the doors he helped open for future generations of black wrestlers. Johnson's journey in wrestling began in the early 1960s, competing in various regional promotions across both Canada and the United States. His reputation quickly spread, thanks to his powerful physique, high-energy performances, and his undeniable magnetism. By the 1970s, Johnson had joined the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he became one of the era's top stars. He participated in some of the most iconic storylines of the time, thrilling audiences with his electrifying presence. In 1983, Johnson achieved one of the defining moments of his career when he won the WWF World Tag Team Championship alongside his partner Tony Atlas. This victory was historic. It marked the first time a black tag team had captured the prestigious WWF titles, a milestone that resonated far beyond wrestling and symbolized a breaking down of racial barriers in the sport. Beyond his wrestling achievements, Johnson's legacy is forever linked to his son, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. As a father, Rocky's guidance and mentorship were instrumental in shaping his son's path, both in wrestling and Hollywood. Rocky Johnson. His was attributed to a pulmonary embolism, a condition that caused blood clots in his lungs. Despite his passing, Johnson's impact on the wrestling world remains enduring, his contributions continuing to inspire fans and wrestlers alike. New Jack, born Jerome Young on January 3, 1963 in Greensboro, North Carolina, was a groundbreaking professional wrestler, known for his extreme in-ring style and provocative persona. Rising to prominence in the 1990s, he became a defining figure in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, where his high-risk, violent matches solidified his place in hardcore wrestling history. New Jack was renowned for his fearlessness in the ring, often using weapons, brutal brawls, and high-risk stunts that pushed the limits of what was considered acceptable in professional wrestling. Debuting in 1992, New Jack formed the gangsta-themed tag team The Gangstas with Mustafa Syed. Their storylines frequently addressed social issues, particularly race, and were laced with gritty realism. New Jack's promos were intense and edgy, connecting with fans seeking authenticity in a scripted world. This persona made him a controversial but beloved figure in the wrestling world. One of the most infamous moments of New Jack's career occurred in 2004 during a match with wrestler Eric Koulis. New Jack, in a controversial and reckless move, accidentally injured Koulis severely, leading to a legal battle and raising serious concerns about wrestler safety. Despite this, his cult following continued to support him for his unrelenting approach to entertaining his audience. Following ECW's closure, New Jack continued his career on the independent circuit and made appearances in promotions such as TNA and XPW. He also appeared in documentaries and reality shows, further cementing his reputation, New Jack, due to a heart attack. Though his career was marked by controversy, his impact on hardcore wrestling and his larger-than-life persona remains significant, with his legacy enduring among fans of extreme wrestling. Curt Hennig, widely celebrated as Mr. Perfect, was a legendary professional wrestler whose extraordinary in-ring ability, athleticism, and larger-than-life charisma made him one of the most revered figures in the history of wrestling. Born on March 28, 1958 in Robbinsdale, Minnesota, Curt was a second-generation wrestler, following in the footsteps of his father, the tough and accomplished Larry the Axe Hennig. Growing up in the world of wrestling, Curt's natural talent and drive were evident early on, and by the late 1970s, he began carving out his own legacy in the squared circle. Hennig's career skyrocketed after adopting the Mr. Perfect persona, a character built around his impeccable in-ring execution, athletic physique, and a cocky arrogance that resonated deeply with fans. His flawless performances became the stuff of legend, earning him widespread acclaim as one of the most technically gifted wrestlers of his time. The Perfect Plex, his signature finishing move, became iconic and remains one of the most celebrated maneuvers in wrestling history. Curt's career spanned several of wrestling's major promotions, including the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where he achieved great success. In the WWF, he captured the prestigious Intercontinental Championship and engaged in high-profile feuds with some of the biggest names in wrestling. His time in WCW saw him join the groundbreaking New World Order NWO faction, where he earned multiple championships, including the WCW World Television title. Tragically, Curt Hennig's life was cut short when the cause of was later revealed to be acute cocaine intoxication, which led to a heart attack. Despite his untimely passing, Hennig's impact on professional wrestling remains immense, with his innovative techniques, remarkable performances, and unforgettable persona continuing to inspire and influence the industry to this day. Gil Hayes, born on October 20th, 1939, was a respected and influential figure in professional wrestling, remembered for his dynamic performances and charismatic presence, both in and out of the ring. Hayes rose to prominence in the 1960s and 1970s, wrestling in various regional promotions across the United States, where he made a name for himself with his technical wrestling skills and ability to engage audiences. Known for his versatility, Hayes was equally adept at portraying a heroic figure or a menacing villain, which allowed him to connect with fans from all sides of the wrestling spectrum. Throughout his career, Hayes earned the respect of his peers for his dedication to the craft and his ability to mentor younger talent. Behind the scenes, he played a significant role in shaping the careers of future wrestling stars, sharing his vast knowledge of the business and helping to develop up-and-coming wrestlers. His influence on the wrestling world extended far beyond his in-ring accomplishments. Hayes was also a beloved figure at wrestling conventions and events where fans and fellow wrestlers frequently recalled stories of his career. His approachable demeanor and genuine passion for the sport made him a respected and cherished member of the wrestling community. Gil Hayes' legacy in professional wrestling is defined not just by his entertaining matches, but by the lasting impact he had on the industry and the lives of those he mentored. His contributions to the sport, both as a performer and as a mentor, solidified his place in wrestling history. Hayes, with his attributed to complications from natural causes, marking the end of an era for a man who had devoted much of his life to the wrestling world. His influence continues to be felt in the industry today. Zeus, born Thomas Lister Jr. on June 24, 1958 in Compton, California, was a towering figure in both the world of acting and professional wrestling. With a commanding presence and an imposing 6 feet 5 inches frame, Lister was a natural for roles, requiring a physical powerhouse. He gained fame as the antagonist Zeus in the 1989 cult classic No Holds Barred, where he faced off against Hulk Hogan in a role that would define his wrestling persona. The character Zeus transcended the silver screen and made a dramatic leap into the real-life World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where the boundaries between film and professional wrestling blurred. Lister's Zeus was more than just a movie villain. He became a fixture in WWF storylines, creating an unforgettable feud with Hogan that captivated fans. This rivalry culminated in high-profile matches, including tag team bouts at the iconic SummerSlam 1989, where Zeus teamed with Macho Man Randy Savage against Hogan and Brutus Beefcake. Despite his relatively short tenure in the wrestling ring, Zeus's larger-than-life persona made a lasting impression on the fans, solidifying his place in wrestling history. Following his wrestling career, Lister shifted back to acting, with one of his most iconic roles being Debo, the menacing neighborhood bully in the Friday film series. His ability to portray tough, memorable villains made him a sought-after actor, and he appeared in a variety of notable films such as The Fifth Element, The Dark Knight, and Zootopia. Thomas Lister's life came to a tragic end on December 10, 2020, when the cause of was later confirmed as complications from a heart attack. His legacy as both a wrestler and actor continues to endure, as his unforgettable characters still resonate with audiences across the globe. Cody Rhodes was born on June 30th, 1985 in Charlotte, North Carolina, into one of the most iconic families in professional wrestling. As the son of WWE Hall of Famer Dusty Rhodes, the younger brother of Dustin Rhodes, known in the WWE ring as Goldust, and a third-generation wrestler, Cody's fate seemed sealed from the moment he was born. Wrestling wasn't just a career choice for him. It was a family tradition and a legacy waiting to be shaped. From an early age, Cody found himself immersed in the world of wrestling, learning about its intricacies and storytelling aspects from his father, who became synonymous with charisma, creativity, and in-ring excellence. Growing up in the locker rooms of WWE and other wrestling promotions, Cody witnessed firsthand the passion and dedication that his father and older brother poured into their careers. The sport wasn't just entertainment, it was a way of life. Dusty Rhodes, in particular, served as an inspiring role model. Cody didn't just want to follow in his father's footsteps. He wanted to carve his own path while honoring the family's rich history. His early exposure to wrestling shaped his work ethic and desire to entertain. Early life and amateur wrestling success. Before stepping into the professional wrestling ring, Cody honed his athletic abilities in the world of amateur wrestling. Throughout high school, he competed in various wrestling competitions and became known for his competitive spirit and physical prowess. He earned several accolades and championships, marking himself as an exceptional amateur wrestler. These early experiences in amateur wrestling not only sharpened his physical abilities, but also helped him understand the discipline and dedication required to succeed in the competitive world of sports. Despite his achievements in amateur wrestling, Cody's passion for the art of professional wrestling was undeniable. He was constantly drawn to the larger-than-life personalities, the drama, and the storytelling aspects of the business. While many saw his future in the ring as inevitable due to his family ties, Cody always wanted to prove himself as more than just the son of a legend. He was determined to forge his own identity and create a legacy that would stand on its own merits. Breaking into WWE, the legacy stable and character evolution. Cody Rhodes made his official WWE debut in 2007, marking the beginning of his professional wrestling career. From the very beginning, he was thrust into the high-stakes environment of WWE, where he would not only need to prove himself as a performer, but also as a valuable asset to the company. His early years in WWE saw him aligning with Hardcore Holly, a veteran of the industry, which helped establish him as a credible competitor. However, it wasn't until he became part of the faction known as the Legacy that Cody truly began to make his mark. Teaming up with Randy Orton and Ted DiBiase Jr., the group was centered around the theme of carrying on the legacy of past wrestling legends. It was here that Cody developed his early on-screen persona, and with the guidance of Orton and DiBiase, he began to learn the ropes of storytelling, in-ring psychology, and how to engage with fans. The Legacy era proved to be a formative period for Cody Rhodes. He gained recognition and accolades, including multiple WWE Tag Team Championship reigns, and began to establish himself as a reliable and versatile performer. But, as often happens with rising stars, the need to evolve creatively and explore new character directions grew. Cody, much like his father, was always looking for ways to push the envelope and take his character to new heights. The dashing Cody Rhodes in Stardust, character transformations. One of Cody's most defining traits throughout his career was his ability to reinvent himself, adopting different personas that showcased his creativity and adaptability. After leaving the Legacy, Cody started experimenting with new character ideas that would ultimately shape his career in WWE. One of the most memorable transformations was his shift to Dashing Cody Rhodes, a character that was obsessed with his own appearance, vanity, and self-perception. As Dashing Cody, Rhodes adopted an arrogant, conceited attitude, portraying a character that believed he was the epitome of beauty and perfection. This persona was designed to play off of the classic trope of the narcissistic villain, and it resonated with fans who were used to seeing wrestlers embrace bold, larger-than-life characters. While the dashing persona helped elevate Cody in WWE, it wasn't long before he would undergo yet another transformation. The next shift in Cody's character came when he adopted the Stardust persona, a bizarre and eccentric alter ego that was heavily inspired by comic book characters. Stardust was a surreal character, complete with face paint, a wild costume, and a cryptic, almost theatrical presence in the ring. While the Stardust character gave Cody a unique opportunity to showcase his eccentric side, it became apparent that this role wasn't fulfilling his true potential. Despite his dedication to the gimmick, Cody began to feel creatively stifled, and he longed for a return to a more serious and meaningful wrestling career. Departure from WWE and the rise of an independent superstar. In 2016, after years of character changes and mixed opportunities, Cody Rhodes made the bold decision to leave WWE. For many, this was a surprising move given his family ties and the perceived security within the company. However, for Cody, it was a necessary step to rediscover his passion for wrestling and regain control over his career. It was clear that he wasn't just looking for more TV time or championship opportunities. He wanted to redefine what it meant to be a wrestler in the modern age. Cody's decision to leave WWE sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. He began competing in independent promotions, including Ring of Honor, ROH, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, and Impact Wrestling. It was during this time that Cody's career truly flourished. He was no longer defined by his family legacy or the limitations of WWE creative. He was free to explore new characters, new styles, and new storylines. In particular, his work in NJPW, where he competed in high-profile matches and rivalries, helped solidify his status as a top-tier performer on the global stage. Cody's decision to step outside the WWE bubble was a defining moment in his career. It was here that he found his voice as a performer and began to craft the legacy he had always dreamed of. His success on the independent circuit laid the foundation for something even bigger: the formation of All Elite Wrestling, AEW. The formation of AEW, revolutionizing wrestling. In 2019, Cody Rhodes became a key figure in the creation of AEW, alongside fellow wrestling veterans Tony Khan, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Kenny Omega. As both a wrestler and an executive vice president of the promotion, Cody helped shape AEW's vision as an alternative to WWE. AEW quickly gained traction and became a true competitor to WWE, offering a product that resonated with fans who wanted more diverse storytelling, innovative matches, and a fresh perspective on professional wrestling. AEW's rise was nothing short of revolutionary. The company not only attracted top talent from around the world, but also introduced new voices and styles that challenged the status quo of professional wrestling. Cody's contributions, both inside the ring and behind the scenes, were crucial in the success of AEW. He helped create a wrestling promotion that valued the performer's creative freedom and was willing to take risks in storytelling and presentation. However, in 2022, in an unexpected turn of events, Cody Rhodes departed from AEW and made his dramatic return to WWE. His decision to return to the company that had made him a household name was a shock to many, and it was clear that his journey in wrestling had come full circle. WWE return and championship success. Cody Rhodes' return to WWE at WrestleMania 38 marked a new chapter in his career. His emotional comeback resonated deeply with fans, many of whom had followed his journey from his humble beginnings in WWE to his time on the independent circuit and AEW. Upon his return, Cody quickly became embroiled in a feud with Seth Rollins, which would elevate him back into the main event scene. Cody's primary goal upon returning to WWE was clear: to win the WWE Championship, a title that had eluded his father throughout his illustrious career. After months of intense rivalry and personal battles, Cody finally achieved his lifelong dream at WrestleMania 40, where he defeated Roman Reigns to become the undisputed WWE Champion. This victory was not only a moment of personal triumph, but also a poignant tribute to his father, Dusty Rhodes, whose dream of becoming WWE Champion had remained unfulfilled. Health struggles and injury concerns. As a top performer in WWE, Cody Rhodes has not been immune to injuries. Throughout his career, he has dealt with various physical setbacks that have tested his resilience. His most recent health scare came after an attack that left him with a legitimate black eye, raising concerns about his well-being among fans and media alike. In addition to his black eye, Cody has faced significant injuries to his cervical spine, including axial compression and cervical strain. These injuries have led to speculation about the long-term impact on his career and whether he could be forced into early retirement. Cervical spine injuries are particularly concerning for professional wrestlers, as they can have long-lasting effects on mobility, nerve function, and overall health. Cody's doctors and WWE medical staff have closely monitored his condition, ensuring that he is able to recover while still competing at a high level. Cody himself has downplayed the severity of these rumors, reassuring fans that he is dedicated to his recovery and still has plenty left to give in the ring. Conclusion: the legacy of Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' journey through professional wrestling has been nothing short of remarkable. From his beginnings in WWE to his time on the independent circuit and AEW, Cody has shown an unwavering commitment to his craft and a desire to push the boundaries of what it means to be a wrestler. His legacy, both as a competitor and as a leader in the industry, is already cemented. As Cody continues to battle through his injuries and face new challenges, one thing remains clear. His story is far from over. With the WWE Championship now in his hands and a bright future ahead, Cody Rhodes is poised to leave an even greater mark on professional wrestling, one that will inspire future generations of wrestlers to take risks, reinvent themselves, and honor the legacies they inherit.